Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. Generally speaking, nobody in the world pays attention to one's own true nature, because it is not hooked by the mind. It's invisible, it's unknown, and will remain so. So there is no value given to it, except more and more for the seeker after reality. He will understand that the direction to real peace is not in feeding the mind. It is not by grasping something, let it be by the mind or the feelings or the body. It will be by not bringing even the I thought. So it's a complete different value given in satsang, because it is concerning the true nature, the non-events, and it's possible only not to consider any event only when the subject I is not considered, when I is not kept. Even though it can still appear, but not kept as real, as needed, as necessary. And I just opened, waiting for the time in here. In Ribu Gita, it is said, in short, non-enquiry will steep one forever in the ocean of samsara, means the ocean of changes, pleasures and suffering. There is no greater enemy for one than non-enquiry. Therefore, this habit must be overcome in order to fix the mind in the bhavana, means it's more than feeling, the spontaneous attraction for the self. So this habit not to inquire must be overcome in order to fix the mind in the bhavana, which leads to abidance in the self. So wherever you open a scripture which rose, after all, from the true nature, it will be the same. They will insist again and again that the shortcut, the value of the true nature will not be attained by anything else than by the disappearance of the concept that I is real. So it's not about the objects owned or acquired by I, it is about the subject itself. The subject became too much of a thing.
He is exploring the experience that everything is a dream. And some fear comes together with it, but also a lightness and a space. It is as the emptiness comes into everything, but at the same time there is lots.
But you see, you forgot the dreamer. You forgot to include in this dream the dreamer. That's why there is fear sometimes. And its opposite, its experience of vastness and whatnot.
Yes, yes.
So include the dreamer. Who is the dreamer?
It's the mind.
That's a bit abstract.
Oh, yeah.
It is I who sees that everything is a dream.
Yeah.
That's a dreamer.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what is there? What is left then if I is in the dream?
Nothing. So it's a space.
No! The dreamer says it's space.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. The dreamer dreams the dreamer.
That's too much. Stop. That's why to the, who needs descriptions? I, the dreamer. Who needs descriptions? Descriptions of what?
Yeah.
Only of the dream. What can you describe otherwise? Who is there to describe? What?
Ganga.
Yeah.
Also, what I experienced recently, that many strong beliefs are leaving me that maintained my life before,
Yeah.
and I felt strong in it. And now, since they are not true, seem to be not true, many fears are coming, and I also lose trust in myself. So
In the one you think you are, you
Yes.
can lose trust, sure. No problem. It's a good sign. Finally, you lose trust in this I you think you are. So, from where can you see that? Don't look for a moment to what leaves you or what to the happening. What's there? So know that this is more valuable than anything else. Everything else is of the world of appearance.
I'm just the most hard time is when fears are coming, and I try to see that, or that I'm not them, or ask the question, who am I? But somehow I feel it doesn't work right.
Because you see, you may not think it's so, but it's because it was part of you. So there is an attachment there. They look like going, probably they make a few steps away from you, but you retain them because you are attached. It was part of your life, personality, person. Yes. So the attachment will not make probably the full power of the inquiry work. But understand that this attachment delays the realization of who you are. You see, the mind doesn't like not to be the king, the queen. It doesn't like it. So it prefers to be fed. It doesn't like the unknown, invisible. Because then it is not needed there. So sharpen your discrimination. Know that if this inquiry, self-inquiry doesn't work, it's because there is some belief or some attachment or some desires that are kept to be fulfilled. So discriminate. Is it still worth to go that way again? And I know where it leads, to total unsatisfaction. Or this time I make my mind to go for realization. But you need a very sharp discrimination. You have to remind yourself that all along, you want to be poisoned by the changes, the appearances, the disappearances, the birth, the death, all along. That's why it's very important to keep the company of the satsang, of those who love satsang, of the text which speak satsang. Because you see, we kept so long the company of people who had other desires and beliefs that we have to, as it was said, fix this new habit just to, for a while, just to be opposite to the so-called natural flow of the mind. And that's why you need fire. You need to decide this life. I make the goal of this life to be realized. And of course, this realization of the self is not an addition to enrich more your life. It's rather removing the so-called reality of this apparent world. So you see, the direction is completely different from what the mind is used to follow. How are you today?
Wonderful.
I'm burning somehow, and I noticed that, like yesterday when I said that I take your words not to think, and it's a good advice to me, but I noticed that there is still some I there, and this is something that to describe, I feel, let's say, like a baby in parents' arms, or like some kind of a, maybe this comes from the Christian language in a way also, that I feel like a child in God's hands, like I in fact always did through my life. And still at the same time with this, there is such a big longing that I know that you are talking about that you are the God, or you are the self. And this is something that I somehow noticed my soul to be shy to really say that, or you know,
shyness is pride.
Maybe it is, but I want to, I don't know how to remove that.
In telling you what it is. Because pride is not such a beautiful face, isn't it? Humbleness and shyness is pride, because it doesn't allow you to go farther. Humbleness is because you believe you have to become like this in certain religions, and shyness is because you don't dare to go farther. Not because you are shy, because you are proud. Yeah? So don't listen to that. Don't listen now to images. You see, it brought you up to here, but it cannot bring you before that.
Yeah.
So now you have to just eradicate, or don't touch the images when they appear, because they are from your past, of course. Everybody's images from the past. It made their work. Okay? But if you want to just abide in yourself as you always are, but for some reason you veil it by images, you have not to... Now you have to consider that they are your obstacles. So where are you then?
Where am I?
When you don't keep images.
It's not right to say it's image. It's more of
Yeah.
right.
I understand.
Mm.
Experience.
Where am I? In some emptiness or...
Okay, don't say Father. Some emptiness, still the mind says so, but I ask you so. So it is towards what is unknown.
Yes.
You go that direction. Disappear into that direction. And don't listen to your fears, don't listen to anything.
So right away rises like someone who's praying, someone who has words.
Okay, it's an appearance. Don't stop there. Don't be curious with that. Let it appear, disappear. Don't stop there.
Yeah. So do I just say no?
Don't touch it. You have not to reject. It will disappear on its own. But don't go there.
Right. Thank you. Now this is a further question, and this comes from the mind, intellect rather, but seems important to put it up. As I have said to you earlier, when you speak, all that I learned before from Christian theology and the mystics of Christianity start somehow shining and so on. So I thought, for me that was somehow nice, because, I went to theological department and I'm done with all kinds of reading of religious texts, and I have such mind that if I don't somehow want to start reading all the scriptures of Veda and so on.
You don't need.
Yeah. So that was a relief. Does this also mean that, because I take what you just said to me earlier, does this mean that I have to somehow reject
Don't
Christianity?
reject. Don't reject. Just don't touch it. It is a big difference, no? If you go in a room, all the books are there, and you want to reject, you will start to burn it, to throw it out, and all. No. You just don't open one. Don't touch it. You understand that?
I do understand, yeah.
Okay? Okay? Because you see, the realization of the self is alone. You cannot bring any luggage with you.
Yeah.
Any culture, any religion, any experience, any subject. Okay? And it's already there. It's only that we are all the time keeping an image. So for once, don't be curious about the image. Don't touch it. Don't land there. Don't look at it. I don't know what to say. Don't do anything with it.
Don't read any Christian texts.
Say over. You can later, when you realize if you still have disliking, why not, it's beautiful. But not now.
Right.
Not now.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
Thank you.
Go to yours.
Yeah.
It is not that I am against all this, but I have to put the things at their proper place.
Yeah.
It is in the world of appearance, and they appear because there is a subject looking like real. Now, if you want liberation, what does it mean? To realize your true nature, which is always there, always there. But for that, for once, you have not to bring anything with you, even I.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I just noticed that I am so much afraid of the unknown. My mind is always looking for descriptions.
But you are already in the unknown, so what? You make an image of the unknown. That's why you are afraid. You know, as a concept, it's the contrary of known. So where you will fall in abyss or some funny images of what is the unknown. So you get afraid of your concept of unknown.
I didn't catch this. Where do I fall?
You fall?
You told.
No, I give just the images one can carry about the unknown as a
I
concept.
couldn't catch what you told.
Ah, easy to be caught. I try to remove your concept of fear. You are afraid of the concept of unknown you have. It's a concept. It is not like that. It's not true. Any concept will not say the truth. It will say things of the world, of the appearance. But it's about your true nature here, which contains all that, but which is not in this. So where is the fear? How can you be fearful when you are already it? You're fearful of concept, of the concept you make.
I made the concept that it is not any description. And I see that I need descriptions like this.
Yeah, sure. This is why we are a seeker, no? We need description, and yet we are attracted by the non-description. But still, this is the journey of the seeker. So you have to know that, sure, this habit to describe may be very strong. But what do you want? You don't want this, so repeat it a few times a day. I don't want this. And don't do anything else. Just remind yourself to sharpen your discrimination. Don't do anything else. Remind yourself.
Reminding is not a doing. I mean,
Anything I will say is a doing. You see what I mean? I prefer you do that doing than the other doings you are doing so far. It's at least in some different direction. You want I read because it has probably more authority? Read Gita. Yes? You don't hear well, that's why I will read it again. It doesn't matter. It's with great pleasure. Well, if I find the page now. Remove it. Why? Why I removed it? In short, it was. I do remember a bit, but. What did I. Why I removed? Tell me. Ben voilà. Non-enquiry. So listening to your concepts. Let it be the unknown. Non-enquiry will steep one forever in the ocean of illusory appearance, reality. Bon. There is no greater enemy for one than non-enquiry. Okay? So, therefore, this habit must be overcome in order to fix the mind. This habit, I give you a new habit to overcome, to fix the mind in the attraction of self-enquiry, where normally you already are, but you need at least a final thought, a final doing, since you think you are somewhere else. Otherwise, all this satsang is just a blah blah. It is a blah blah. It is a way to teach, to tell the seeker who wants, I cannot overcome to believe I am not realized. So I need to speak this language that you understand. Otherwise, it is just blah blah. Huh?
I have no doubt about it.
I know, but I don't say that you have doubt. But I say that you have to understand better. You need a new habit. You need a slightest doing, which is undoing actually. You need self-inquiry, this last thought, subjective thought. Work with that, rather than to listen to your fears and all that, which brings you to your previous habits. Honor the fact that you are a seeker. A seeker after liberation is rare on this planet. You are one of them. Honor that. No, what a blessing. What did I do? Which kind of accumulated merits? It's amazing. So, again and again you can ask me to remind you and remind yourself too. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel as if I'm distanciating myself from whatever appears.
Okay.
Every thought, really know even what I see.
Okay.
And it seems like it's gonna leave me as a vegetable.
Yeah, but it is I, because I is not included. You see, you say what? You distance yourself from the qualities or the experiences of I. You are not touching I. Or what is the real problem? The root of problems is I. So now instead of going, I will be like a vegetable, a conclusion of the mind who doesn't want to give up, that is sure. And it looks so real, because I still real, it's not questioned so far. So now it's very good time to do self-inquiry. Who am I in reality? And you go where the question disappears. Keep quiet. Don't catch the next thought for once. And do it again if needed. If you read the lives of the wise, if you met Papaji, you would see which kind of vegetable they were. Yeah.
Since we spoke last time, it's like a lot of effort inside has left me.
Yeah.
And it seems like now it's like there's nowhere to go to find anything.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just want to tell you because I noticed it when I sit this morning.
Yes. Now you can forget your description forever.
tell you. I'm just. Yeah. My heartbeat is very quick now. I went back to Hungary, and it was a total failure. I guess.
Okay. Good you came.
Maybe it was a desire to have a kind of life. I don't know.
Sure. So I say good you came. It's a blessing.
This desire is a fear.
Huh?
This desire is a fear.
A fear.
Yeah. But I have here also.
You are not what you can see. Huh? You are not. Use this negation, remember? This weapon cannot put aside thinking, oh, I have it, but it's in my suitcase. You have to keep it alive. Welcome. If anybody goes today, you can ask me something if you need. Don't go back with a question at least. Yeah.
I'm following the teaching of Swamiji Atmananda.
Ah, yes. Very nice.
And says that when you have an impression of self, vritti,
Yeah.
should remain in that. But I noticed that that was very, very helpful.
Yeah.
I noticed that now when I do that, I have tendency to go to this place that I know, to this silence and emptiness that I have experienced before,
Yeah.
and not going actually to the unknown. And so I wonder actually if this is an obstacle or I should.
The question itself reveals that something is going on there. So it was very helpful to show you the direction. You see? The bhavana, the vritti of the self, yes. It's a direction. Now, it's true that at some point, it's not always there. You even doubt, is it not an obstacle now? Because it becomes an experience of somebody. You are right. You're right. So there is not much to do now. It's just whatever experience is appearing, let it be this one also. So including this one. You don't touch it. And remain where you are left. And don't allow any description here to arise, and if they arise, don't go there.
Ganga.
Where are you? Ah.
Now when I look into the water, it is nice. I just see the calm. I don't see any more reflection.
Yeah.
After being through a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
I've been able to move on, but my family still is stuck in the bad experience, and I find it sad that when I am confronted with their pain,
Yeah.
I get angry.
Mm. Show them something else. If you are abiding in yourself, since you are abiding in yourself, can I say so? Remain as self. Don't care about reactions. And in case, because of habit, you get angry, it doesn't matter. You are not that too. And when you let it pass, something happened, I ask you.
Yeah, the peace return.
No, nothing happened. You always have been peace. In the appearance, it looks like not. You are always peace. So the best help for them would be that. You see? But don't worry, habits are strong, they may still appear. Don't worry about that, that's why I say. It's not under control. It will vanish by itself also. You can be a great example for them. Let them be intrigued. For that, you have to be convinced yourself. You have to abide yourself in the self. Hmm? Yes.
I'm leaving today.
Mm.
And it's so deeply precious that you give value to that which is nothing to the mind, to say. And a fear came up that my fire won't be strong enough to keep it.
Would you listen to this foolishness? It's just a foolish thought.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On that same note, I'd appreciate it if you could elaborate on Ramana's famous words, there is no other. So wherever we go, we are there. I mean, we are never alone.
Mm.
I get it, and sometimes I don't get it.
Mm.
So I relate to what she is talking about.
Yeah. You see, it's true that one doesn't relate to it when it takes I for real. This is the whole point, you see. Because I taken for real, others are taken for real, and then comes the relationships, and we know what all that means. Pleasures, pains. Okay. What Ramana meant is the truth. What is the truth? The real nature cannot be two. And that's why it is undescribable, unknowable. There is not even another, because there is not even I. That's why self-inquiry is so direct, so precious, because it inquires about the root, I, taken for real, and as it is put into a question, the question cannot remain permanent. It was not there before, it just arose, so it has to disappear. But where it disappears, it's at the source of all this creation. Where there is no two.
Remind me, it wasn't a proper at the beginning.
You are still in the past?
Yeah.
Why?
It's strong. I don't know. Okay, I have so many fears.
So much fear?
Yeah.
It's due to the past, you see. Yes.
But
But you like them? Yeah, same. It's the same. Yeah. But it's good to see that, you see, because in the end you will wonder, but why should I suffer? Why? Due to all these things which happen to this body, mind, to this person who was born, I'm born to all these happenings, and I am only living in the past, a graveyard after all. So, and you are young. I mean, you could be alive, no? Alive. I'm near my graveyard, but I'm very alive. Why? It's the mind. It's the mind, the past, which is a graveyard, you see. What? You don't believe that?
I believe
Okay, then why you do that?
I can see always.
Huh?
I can see sometimes always.
See what?
Uh,
That it is the past.
who am I?
Hmm? Consistency is needed in this path. The meaning means you have to be perseverant. A continuity is necessary, you see, because sometimes this, sometimes that. Okay, it will make you see that you still waver. But if you want to be successful, you need consistency, perseverance. Yes. See the value of it, you see, then it will come. Hmm? I'm very happy you came back, but Okay. You see, it shows that you still need a support, but you have to keep it with you wherever you are. You need a support, otherwise you will be washed away according to the place of your body where it is. Here, maybe it's easier. Maybe here, because of circumstances, it will be easier to self-inquire, but it has to be always with you. You see? In that way. But one learns also like this. One learns his lessons. Hmm?
like a story when the devotee was all over of
Krishna.
I don't know, go to the river
Yes,
and he has
yes.
a dream about life.
Yes, yes. But you are lucky. You came back. Nothing happened.
Okay. At the point I am right now, it is difficult to, when a thought arises,
Yeah.
if it comes from the self, if it's the intuition, or if it is the mind.
It's always the mind. It's always the mind.
It
But
goes through the mind. Or
it's always the mind. In your case, it's always the mind. You see, intuition is tuition, touch, in. That makes a difference and to follow, okay, whatever. It brings you in some deep layers of your mind. But still mind, you see. Still mind. So, if to live a life with intuition often is not bad, often, I don't say always, but it is still concerning the life. Here there is no compromise. Intuition is a thought, as any other thought. Let it be in is too much. Too much consideration. And if it was not so, you would not have any question about it.
like before going into action,
Yeah.
there is a I don't know the word, there is like a process or something, so it's
So you speak about life now, about
Yes.
the apparent world.
the apparent world.
Okay, but I'm not dealing with the apparent world. If I was dealing, how can I help you for liberation?
Yes.
The whole world deals with the apparent world. I'm not going to do so. I have no remedy for this. To me, it looks hopeless and helpless. And once realized, there is no separation. So there is no point. Hmm? Yeah, no, it was the bee. Bee or not to Do you want to say something else?
Yeah, but it's not coming. So maybe tomorrow. Maybe not.
Or maybe
It's
never.
enough what you said is that okay, I should not worry about. I should not. This question should not be asked.
No. It can be asked to give you a correct answer.
But just to be aware that this is the mind asking again.
Yes,
So it's
very
just-
good.
I can disregard this.
Yes, excellent. Yes.
The mind says, because even during the maybe I should,
Why should you consider a few and not consider a few other? I think the mind is one piece. There is no exceptions in the thoughts, you see. No thought would help, except one, the subjective thought, which allows you for some to self-inquire. Okay?
this is what I started to do, is that when something arrives, that who is asking, and it's become more automatic now.
Okay.
And
But then who is asking? Tell me.
it's come to the mind or to the person.
I. It's
So,
I. Huh?
if
I.
I'm
It's
different-
called, the person is called I, universally. I. Otherwise, you see, person becomes person and you escape I. The person is I for everybody in the world. Okay.
So I ask another question as well. It's like, 'cause who am I brings me, no, it does not bring me, but it is the person, and then if there is no answer anymore, it is quiet.
Says the person. Okay. No, but good to know. Good to know. Okay.
The other question I ask is what the sages would do, in the practical,
Oh.
the sages or
Ah,
would do in the practical life.
but you read their lives? What they do? They take tea when they are thirsty. They sleep when they sleep. They make so many things, and a few teach. They walk. I don't know. What do you mean? The person, wise as a person, will react as a person to this world. There is some concepts, yes. So let it ripen, let it to ask the question more clearly. But it's about something you have a concept of that the wise. First of all, when you say wise, you don't refer to a person. But if the body of that person is not dead, there is an appearance of a person. That is not wisdom. And the appearance of a person will just act as anybody else. It will look as ordinary as anybody else, as extraordinary as anybody else. But the difference is that he doesn't listen to his mind, while maybe somebody else listens to his mind. That's all. The mind responds to circumstances. That's different.
Ganga.
Shiva.
I'm leaving tomorrow morning. But I'm not really leaving because you gave me this beautiful name.
Yeah.
And it will be always a constant reminder.
Mm-hmm. You still need to remind yourself that you are Shiva? Does a man remember all the time, I'm a man, a human being, I'm a human being, are you? Huh?
I remember you through this name.
But you don't need to remember that you are Shiva. You are Shiva, and that's it. The trust is so big that you don't need to remember.
Yeah, right.
This is a question about artistic work. I realize that artistic work is very much to do with intuition and combining things with appearances here. And for me, it's if I'm done with all that, because I don't want to be occupied with the mind stuff, it's fine. However, I do have this feeling since I was child that I somehow I don't know, it's not an ego thing, but just the kind of knowledge of myself, like the person that I came with some sort of sensitivity to do artistic things. And this is just it's not like urgently there, but I know it's in the back of my mind that I'm a bit wondering that what is this all about? Like, am I really?
It's very simple. Huh? Some are born as an artist, some are not. And but you see, the point is, and they may remain artist-free or not. But since it is an identification, you see, since it is the one with whom you fit in your thinking, you experience that, can you not dedicate a period of your life, can be short, a period of your life, to be freed from this preoccupation, to totally go into what brings you in satsang? I would do that. And after, life flows as it has to flow through you. Let it be artistical, let it be non-artistical. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes,
great.
That's how it is. Thank you.
Et voilà.